Afternoon, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's going on this Sunday afternoon? Yes, a little bit happy. My team in the NFL finally pulled one off. They won somehow. New rookie at quarterback, so a little bit happy from that. They were 0-3 going into today, so that kind of made my Sunday a little bit. But anyways, today I'm discussing the uptick in crimes in Rochester, New York, from our fellow carriers. This kind of crime, it's not they haven't seen before, the alarming different situations. So I want to get over to that article here shortly. First, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks so much for everybody for the support. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep giving me the thumbs up, helps out everything on here. Everything I do on here is from my research, my views, and my experiences. I don't speak on behalf of USPS Post Office in any of my videos. After the article, we'll get into some statements and questions too that you all been leaving me. Some are very nice. You know how much I take those seriously. So we'll get into those too. But hope everybody's doing good on this Sunday. Hope you all's teams are winning too. Enjoy a little bit Sunday. Carriers out there doing Amazon Sunday. Much props to you. Respect to you always. It's not easy coming in on the 7th day and doing Amazon packages all day. Been there, done that. So much respect to all of y'all. Anyway, let's get to the article. Something I don't do that much, but on off days, I gotta get back to my old ways sometimes. Reports indicate an alarming uptick in attacks and assaults on USPS carriers in Rochester, New York, particularly in the month of this September, based on the provided news snippets. Here are the key details. A string of robberies and assaults, September 2025. Number of incidents, there were 5 reported robberies and assaults on mail carriers in the first part of September. Timeline of robberies, September 5, a mail carrier was punched and their bag was stolen. September 11, 2 carriers were robbed in separate incidents. One involved a worker assaulted by 4 men near a Child and Brewer Streets. Near Child and Brewer Streets. Child is a street name, okay, my bad. Who suffered facial injuries and had keys stolen. So another set of arrow keys stolen. They're being stolen left and right, and our postal inspectors not doing anything about it. They come to the scene after the fact. I mean, what else are they supposed to do? I heard a report where they were out and about all the time, just sitting there like patrol cars, but they don't do that anymore. They were pulled back for some reason, and it's mind-boggling because the carriers, of course, we need them out there, especially in larger cities like this. September 12, another letter carrier was attacked in the morning. September 22, another incident occurred. Motive items stolen. The crimes are described as grab-and-go. Items taken included mailbags, satchels, scanners, handheld devices, anything thieves can sell on the open market, Times are so tough that they don't even leave the mail carrier alone anymore. Weapon use, at least some of the mail carriers were robbed at gunpoint. Investigation, the Rochester Police Department and U.S. Postal Inspection Service, a federal law enforcement agency, where were they at? Like I said, they get there after the fact, are investigating a potential connection between these 5 cases. Investigating. Reward, the Postal Inspection Service is reportedly offering a reward up to a stated amount of similar case was $150,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction in these 5 robbery cases. Separate violent incident, September 25th. Nature of attack, a mail carrier was harassed and then physically attacked by a woman near 7th Street. Details, the woman allegedly followed the carrier demanding mail, began hitting and pushing the carrier, and an elderly woman at a door wielded a glass bottle and then a kitchen knife, lunging at the carrier. She also stabbed the side of the mail truck and tried to rip off the mirror after the carrier fled into a vehicle. The carrier used the pepper spray, dog spray provided by USPS connection. Police stated that they do not believe the incident is related to the string of 5 robberies. Union officials, including the president of the National Association of Letter Carriers, Branch 210, have called the increase in violence unprecedented. Victims have reported being traumatized and fearful of returning to work. Separately, Rochester has also been noted for a high number of dog attacks on mail carriers, ranking among the top cities nationally with 23 incidents reported in 2024. So that just goes to show you, major areas, major metropolitan areas, carriers are, like I've been saying in several different videos, they're sitting ducks. We're sitting ducks out there. I don't know what the solution is because Postal Inspection Service is not there to protect us, and they won't arm carriers in any way, shape, or form. But just a matter of thinking. Imagine if somewhere down the line they do tell the carriers to start carrying weapons, and there's all like training a part of we got to get trained on the weapons. Just imagine, just out of the blue. I mean, we can't keep taking these dangers. Like this lady in the report was trying to stab the carrier. I mean, how are we that pepper spray ain't gonna do any good? I mean, these people have different weapons attacking the carriers. So. Just a matter of thinking that the only defense, if Postal Inspection Service is not there, they come always after the fact, always when the carrier, they always offer the whatever the reward is, but you're not protecting the carriers. We're out there on our own, so I don't know what could be the solution. Arming carriers, but that would be. That just sounds weird when you say it, but it's coming down to that. I mean, the way it looks like next few years, if the crimes continue, So, I mean, that way the carrier's protected. They know how to protect themselves, and we're out there not on our own fun time. We're out there making a living. Now, we do each day we punch in. We plan to go back to our families, or whatever it takes to protect ourselves. I say go for it. I mean, but. Obviously, it ain't gonna happen. Like I said earlier, imagine carriers being armed. That won't. I don't think that will sit well with all the training will be involved. All the, just not feasible. But everything comes to mind. Carriers out there. We're out there. How do we defend ourselves? Somebody has a weapon. We pull out pepper spray. That's that person with the weapon will win. They come back, try to stab us, gunshot, whatever it is. So makes you think, because the mail still got to be delivered. These carriers now are traumatized. They're worried to go back on their routes. But, if they're not going to go, the management is going to force their backup CCAs to go. So one way or another, those carriers will be out there delivering. And these thieves are not going to stop. I mean, one case of thieves, okay, they get arrested, the next one will come. So what is the solution? What is the solution, I mean, you can't arm the carriers. That's it's not gonna work out too nicely. And not everyone will want to carry a weapon, but that's something to think about for the higher ups who are controlling the post office. And the mail carriers themselves, we ain't gonna make the decision, but we still got a job to do. We gotta protect our lives above all. So that's what we're looking at. But it makes you think that these robberies are increasing, and a solution needs to be made as to how the carriers can protect themselves. Shoot me any ideas in the comments, guys. What do you think in these larger metropolitan areas, cities, like, I mean, there's routes everywhere you gotta deliver, and these robberies at gunpoint are increasing. How do the carriers? How do we protect ourselves? Let me get to the different question statements. A lot of you have left me. Thank you so much for all that. Do they give new hires a raise as well? Now this person had asked me. I said answering the question, I meant, do they get a cost of living adjustment? Yes, they do. But this person was talking about Amazon. I mean, Amazon. I don't know how their internal raises work, so I really can't answer that question. How long have you worked for the post? A handful of years. I would say. Somebody said that. Just give the plain out figure. Okay, only the pension is the reason I stay. Another question, another answer. Pension is very good indeed, so that's a very good answer. Post office's pension is well worth doing your time for. A lot of folks in my station have retired or getting ready to retire, so that pension, I've heard several times, is nice. Along with Social Security, that's how they're gonna survive. So I respect that. Somebody said that's crazy that there's still offices that don't have at least have the matrices. Yeah, brother. Thanks for the answer. Our station only has those 40-year-old LLVs, man. We haven't even seen a matrix, nothing like that. One of the carriers on my station had borrowed one matrix from another station. That's the only time we got to see it in our parking lot. It looked very strange next to all our stinking up LLVs, but it was a strange sight because our station never tasted anything like that. So and won't will anytime soon, according to our mechanics. Nothing down the pipe hole, nothing down the line is promised to where I live. Nothing at all. Leftover scraps from other stations that we get. So you're lucky, brother. Hang tight out there. If you're getting new vehicles, all of you guys that have the brand new vehicles, the whatever they call them, the NDLV, the nice gigantic windshield, duck-looking things. But they're new at least. AC, new, power, everything. Cameras everywhere. About 10 cameras on that thing, maybe more. So happy for you all. Happy for you all. What is penalty time? I'm a PTF. Penalty time is anything after 10 hours. So after 8 hours, that 2-hour time frame is your regular OT, time and a half. After you pass that 10th hour is V time, penalty time, triple time, times 3 times your hourly rate. That's the time that gets taken away in good old December, the hardest working month as far as packages. So few of my videos and a lot of people have answered, it's been that way for decades. Okay, my answer to that is, okay, when is it time to change that? It's been like that ever since 70s. Okay, but who's gonna change that? Who has guts, balls enough to change something like that? Oh no, it's always been like that, man. You don't bring that up now. It's always been like that. Nobody can change that. And somebody in the answer said we agreed on 11 months. Okay, you agreed on 11 months, so the 12th month is not agreed upon. What does that mean, really? That kind of angers me even more. We didn't agree on 12 months. Why not? We work easy in the 12th month. Is a free for all. We work lighter. We don't work as hard in the 12th month with all the peak season packages. That's really dumb to me. What this whole thing is. That's really, really dumb. Whoever agreed to that 11 months and not all year. We don't work harder in the 12th month, huh? That's whenever I see a response to that kind of bitters up, some kind of little bit, that it's a mind boggler why it was agreed that way. Once in a month, my office gets Friday, Saturday off, and Sundays. Yeah, that rotation thing did come around in my station too, but I think the seniors voted that down. They didn't want to go into the rotation. They like their set Saturdays off. So if you have a station with the people that are wanting to do that, they're probably more younger generation, and a lot have retired already. No OT in my office at all. Some stations don't even have OT, so ones we should be thankful for everything what we get. So that's some of the answers, some of the questions that you all been leaving me. Thanks so much for all the respect, all the comments, everything you all leave me. So hope everybody's doing good. Just want to go over that article from Rochester, New York. The crime rate is skyrocketing, and the carriers are traumatized by all the people attacking them, dogs attacking. So no kind of self-defense. Postal inspection service comes there next day or the following day. They offer a reward, but in the time we need them, they're not there. So it's us out there on our own, and unless there's a solution, soon, like I don't know, we won't we won't arm ourselves. That's just a thought that came. All the carriers. It's not gonna work that way. So how else do we protect ourselves? So again, thanks everybody. We'll catch you on the next take tomorrow. Have a good Sunday off, and back to work tomorrow. Take care, guys. Peace out.